What you see here is a Hua Tong 72 volt controller, nominal, which is what they ship it out from DHgate as. And down here we've got equivalent of 12S zippy flightmax batteries. Normally 12S would be under the low voltage cutoff for the Hua Tong controller, but reading a thread on the Innosphere, Pavlik from Switzerland said, Pavlik1 said, if you alter either the resistance of resistor B or A, which is probably quite hard to see with my fat chubby fingers, which is there, then you can lower the low voltage cutoff by increasing the resistance. What I've effectively done is I've left the resistor that's there, which is a 2400 kilo ohm resistor. It's got a little 2402 on the actual top of it, so you can sort of identify it. And I put what you see there is a 5K cermet hot. So that's a sort of variable resistor, if you like, in the way that it's set up at the moment. I tested the legs on it with my crappy Maplin's multimeter before I started, and I think what I've got there is about a 3K resistance there. 3 kilo ohms. Anyway, before I hooked this up to my Norco with the motor, I actually tested it on here, which is my Lien. Well, I'm not sure he makes them, but Ed Lien sends these. If you contact him, he'll give you one of these off the internet. But also you can probably pick them up on eBay. I've seen them knocking about, but quite kindly he's actually labelled all the Chinese stuff up with really helpful English labels and nice clear text. So anyway, I had that set up and I could see the controller timings here, so you could see sort of the phases going around. I should have made a video, but I didn't. I also hooked up the motor and I could see the sort of Hall sensors being lit up as I span the actual wheel. I was naive in thinking that actually you could hook both up at the same time and pass and just operate the throttle on here, and that it would actually pass the power through, and perhaps there isn't the a connection between the two sides in the box, and it's kind of unlikely that there would be, because it's not like these wires are really up to scratch with passing the phase current. Anyway, just to set it up and show you it working, so you can see that the red's already attached. The only reason normally I'd attach the black before the red, but I've got here a pre-charge resistor, because in my experience when I did the 72 volt packs normally on this bike with the 18S, I always got a huge spark. I probably don't get it so much with the 12, but it's nice to be safe. So anyway, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but I might use the battery first. So let's be quite careful and just touch it there, and as I touch it I can see the little light here. Oh god, little light there flashing, saying the controller's getting some charge. So then I'll move it over and plug in the main lead there. So you can see that's one of those legs is sort of heavily resisted and one isn't. One's just a straight through, so we kind of touch the one first and then touch the other. Anyway, you can see it flashing away there, which is to say it's working, or at least it's standing by. This is a little, it's a throttle of sorts. Basically, I took it off a cheap, crappy Chinese bike. When I say, I'm not saying all Chinese bikes are crap, I'm saying this one was. It had this as a sort of pedelec sensor it was built into the sort of bottom bracket. Anyway, it's just a Hall throttle, I guess, and if I do that, you can kind of hear the motor spinning up. And this is effectively 12S. You can see there are Dr. Bass torque arms, heavily epoxied with Hankel aircraft glue, and quite nice and smooth. I'd say it's smoother than when it's on 18S by a long way. Anyway, bring it back down. I don't really have a brake attached to it because that's on the other controller that's still actually in the bike. So yeah, this is progress. This bike will go from 18 down to 14S, and hopefully I'll get a lot longer out of it, because at the moment it's just caning through the amp hours. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry if it was a bit boring, but for me it's a massive win. Okay, thanks, bye.